South Carolina is known for its humid summers, beautiful coastline, and mysterious swamps. One town in particular holds a strange secret. Bishopville, South Carolina is a small, rural town surrounded by swamps and forests. The largest of these is the Scape Swamp, a 17,000-acre blackwater swamp. The Scape is a place of wild beauty and eerie stillness. For generations, locals have told tales of strange lights, unexplained sounds, and mysterious creatures lurking within its depths. But none of these local legends prepared the town of Bishopville for the summer of 1988. That summer, a terrifying legend was born. In today's episode, we will be looking into the mysterious creature, known as the Lizard Man. On a moonless night in June 1988, 17-year-old Chris Davis was driving home alone down a quiet road that skirted the edge of Scape Swamp. The air was thick with humidity, and the only sounds were the distant croaks of frogs and the occasional rustle of leaves. It was almost midnight, and Davis was eager to get home. He had spent the evening with friends and was looking forward to the comfort of his bed. As he rounded a curve, he saw something strange standing in the middle of the road. The figure was barely visible at first, just a dark silhouette against the night. Thinking it was an animal, Davis slowed down. He squinted, trying to make out what it was. As he got closer, he realized with a jolt of terror that it was no ordinary animal. His heart began to race as he took in the creature's details. It was over 7 feet tall and powerfully built, with green, scaly skin. The creature's presence was both mesmerizing and horrifying. Its eyes glowed red in the darkness, and it had 3 sharp claws on each hand. The claws looked sharp enough to tear through metal. The creature lunged at Davis's car, leaving deep gashes on the side. The sound of claws scraping against metal echoed in the night. Terrified, Davis slammed on the gas and sped away. His heart pounded in his chest as he glanced in the rearview mirror, hoping the creature wasn't following him. When Chris Davis reported his encounter to the local police, they were skeptical. They had heard many strange stories before, but this one seemed particularly outlandish. But the gash marks on his car seemed to corroborate his story. The deep, jagged marks were unlike anything the officers had seen before. He described the creature in detail, at least 7 feet tall, towering over him in the dim light of the swamp. With green, scaly skin like a lizard, the texture was rough and seemed almost impenetrable. It was incredibly strong, leaving 3 clawed gashes in the metal of his car. The force required to make such marks was unimaginable. But the most terrifying detail was the creature's face. It haunted Davis's dreams. Davis said it had a vaguely human-like face, which made it even more unsettling, but with reptilian eyes that glowed red. The eyes seemed to pierce through the darkness, staring directly at him. He could not recall seeing any ears or a nose, just smooth, scaly skin where they should have been. Only slits for nostrils above a lipless mouth full of sharp teeth. The teeth were jagged and looked capable of tearing through flesh. Davis's frightening account sent shockwaves through the small town of Bishopville. The residents were left wondering if they were safe in their own homes. Lizard Man Mania. News of Chris Davis's encounter with the Lizard Man spread like wildfire. The small town of Bishopville was suddenly thrust into the spotlight, with everyone eager to learn more about this mysterious creature. Soon, other people came forward, claiming to have seen the creature in and around Scape Swamp. These sightings added fuel to the fire, making the legend of the Lizard Man grow even more. Some reported seeing it wading in the murky water, its form barely visible through the thick fog that often blankets the swamp. While others described it running on 2 legs with incredible speed. Witnesses were both terrified and fascinated by its agility and the way it moved through the dense forest. Footprints, supposedly belonging to the creature, were found in the mud around the swamp. These large 3-toed prints were unlike anything the locals had ever seen before. The media descended on Bishopville, eager to capitalize on the sensational story. News crews interviewed locals, capturing their first-hand accounts and speculations, and newspapers ran daily headlines about the lizard man. Each new report seemed more sensational than the last, keeping the public hooked. Tourists flocked to the area hoping to catch a glimpse of the creature. The swamp became a hotspot for adventurers and thrill-seekers. The lizard man became a national phenomenon, captivating the imagination of people far and wide. The legend of the lizard man of Bishopville was born. The legend endures. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, the legend of the lizard man has persisted for decades. Skeptics dismiss the sightings as hoaxes or misidentifications of known animals. However, many locals maintain that something unexplained lurks in the depths of Scape swamp. The legend of the lizard man has become deeply ingrained in the local culture of Bishopville. The town even holds an annual Lizard Man Festival, complete with a parade, live music, and a lizard man calling contest. The lizard man phenomenon has given a boost to the town of Bishopville, adding much-needed tourism dollars to the local economy. Whether the lizard man is real or not, it has undoubtedly left its mark on the town of Bishopville and the murky depths of Scape swamp. This concludes today's episode of the Paranormal Report. If you enjoyed today's episode, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. It is due to your continued viewership and support that we are able to bring you interesting and informative videos like this. The team here at the Paranormal Report really appreciates your support,